What's going on, everyone? CJ back here with a brand new episode of the Madden 24 St. Louis Sentinels Franchise. That is right, welcome back. Hey, we're coming off of our most impressive defensive performance of really the entire series, holding the Dallas Cowboys in Week 4 to only 7 points. That is right, the Dallas Cowboys, Madden's favorite team, one of the most overpowered teams in Madden. We held them to 7 points. And remember, the 7 points they scored, that was on the first play of the game. We did not allow them to score again since the first play of the game. But the talk around St. Louis, though, is our cornerback, second-year pro out of Mississippi State, Emmanuel Forbes. 6 interceptions in 2 weeks, but he doesn't get a breakout scenario. How is that even possible? Where's the logic behind that? Like, what's my man got to do to get a dev tray upgrade? But nonetheless, this brother has 3 interceptions in back-to-back weeks, and he is just playing at another level. And we know our defense has been suspect for quite some time, and maybe last week was just what the doctor ordered. Now, taking a look at our team here, just going to go through a couple things. First thing that catches my eye, bask in the glory of J.J. Ford, superstar X Factor. That is right. We knew he had that because he got it in training camp, and he also has an upgrade here as well. As far as Ford, I mean, I guess we'll continue to go strong arm. That's going to guarantee his overall goes up, and this man is an 82 rated overall, a true 82 rated overall as a rookie. Talk about an extremely high ceiling and apparently an extremely high floor as well. And JJ Ford is going to be the new sheriff in town here in St. Louis. Now, he is X Factor as far as abilities. Right now, I equipped him with dots because that will make him more accurate, and when he enters the zone, all of his passes will be thrown with perfect accuracy. And I still have PTSD from Sam Howell and even J.J. Ford in the earlier stages of this season. So if we can just make 5 consecutive passes for 5+ yards, all of our passes will be perfectly accurate. I also made it a lot easier for him to enter the zone when we're playing from behind. They're almost guaranteed to break the first sack, which I love to see. And then I also gave him quick draw to make his passing animations a little faster. So J.J. Ford is going to be a force to be reckoned with here in St. Louis. Brian Robinson also got an upgrade as well. Brian, he's had a pretty consistent season. We're going to continue to go power back. Last time I gave him an upgrade to elusive back, and he didn't like that. He was very upset with me. We had to have a little sit-down talk about the scheme that he plays on this team. He gets +1 to break tackle, but I've kind of liked what I've seen so far from Brian Robinson. I mean, so far he's at 340 yards. He's on pace to eclipse what he had last season, which was 1,109. He's averaging about the same yards per carry. Touchdowns, he hasn't found the end zone as much, but if he keeps up this pace, he should easily have over 1,200, possibly 1,300 yards on the ground. But this man right here, Emmanuel Forbes, leading the NFL here going into Week 5 with 6 interceptions, and we're going to continue to just bump up man coverage. Obviously, that has been paying dividends as Emmanuel has been jumping passing lanes, undercutting routes, things like that. He gets +3 to awareness, and I just am befuddled. Yes, I pulled that word out of the old bag of tricks. I am befuddled that he did not get a dev tray upgrade, but it is what it is. And Emmanuel, second-year pro here out of Mississippi State, developing into a fine cornerback option. We have 94 speed to go along with 97 acceleration. His man coverage is over 80. His zone coverage is almost 80. Actually, next upgrade it will be for sure. And he is developing into a true CB number 1, playing the CB number 2 role right now behind Kendall Fuller, but I don't think it'll be too long before he will be our CB number 1. Now, I did mention last week that our cap situation is not the greatest. It will start to improve next season, but right now we only have 18 mil to work with, and I think that I do want to try to bring back Derek Forrest. Now, he has absolutely zero interest in being part of the Sentinels, so I think it's worthwhile to start the contract talks here early. If we don't get Derek Forrest, we do have Jartavius Martin, who is a very good player. He's also a free safety, but the reason why I want to keep Forrest is because Jartavius Martin, mainly, he's been seeing success in that slot corner role, and I don't really want to disrupt anything. I don't want him, to play the true free safety position and then also be expected to play slot corner as well. Might be a little tricky to overpay for Derek Forrest, as our cap situation I mentioned is not very good, but maybe if I extend the years a little bit, like say a 4-year, possibly $28 million deal, thinking he might say no to this, but he does say no to this. He could find a better team in free agency. Not sure about that, Derek. Actually, you probably could, but that's why I wanted to start it now, just to kind of get the talks rolling. I don't like how it still shows our cap as if we signed him, so it's really not $11 million, but it is what it is. Now, a lot of these other players are unfortunately probably going to be on the chopping block, and the guys that I want to bring back don't really have any interest in being here, like Sam Cosmi, for example. I would like to bring him back, but he has no interest in being here. So I think that we're just probably going to have to wait until a little bit deeper into the season. Once I can get Forrest either locked in or if he chooses to part ways, then I'll kind of know where I want to go from there. Indianapolis Colts in week 5 going to Lucas Oil Stadium, and we are going to have to face off against the likes of Jonathan Taylor and then also Anthony Richardson, who obviously has not seen too much action in real life because of the injury, effectively shut his season down. As much as I want to defend the run, you guys know how I feel about that. I always feel like when you choose inside run, then the outside run is overpowered and vice versa. So I think that we'll actually start defending the short pass against Anthony Richardson. It looks like the Colts are killing it in rushing yards, number 6 in the league. So Jonathan Taylor might be a huge factor, might be giving me fits today. For our offensive game plan, I kind of want to go blitz counter possibly, just because they got DeForest Buckner, they got Shaq Leonard. We can always make adjustments at halftime, but I feel like starting out with blitz counter, it has been seeing some success as of lately. And yeah, force 3+ turnovers as a defense. That's our default weekly game plan goal. I mean, I would like to do that because the last 2 weeks we've been successful, but I mean, you got to be realistic. That's not going to happen every game. Get a look at J.J. Ford, now equipped with the dots X Factor. You love to see it. Almost hit 2 targets there. J.J. Ford, he has a chance to be, I would say, generational type of talent. I was kind of wondering if I made the right call moving up for him and giving up so much draft capital in this past draft, but it is proving to be paying dividends already, as Ford is an extremely highly rated overall, and now he's a superstar X Factor. Looking to get gold with the big homie here and continue this path to success, this path to greatness that J.J. Ford is on. I think if I can hit 2 targets here, that should be enough to lock it in. Let's see if I can do just that, and there is the gold medal for J.J. Ford, the rookie out of Fresno, looking to take the league by storm, and so far he's definitely taken St. Louis by storm. Get a quick look at rookie Justin Hayward. Got his first career pick in that game last week, and that really felt good to see him get involved. Remember, we drafted him as a right outside linebacker, but due to the injury to Jamin Davis, he is now playing the second Mike linebacker role alongside Cody Barton. And Brian, luckily, he just got tackled by the blocking dummy there, or else that could have been very bad indeed. And wow, Brian Robinson just shrugs Justin Hayward aside with callous disregard, just like a sack of potatoes, and Justin needs to not be having that happen in game. See, this is why I always do trench battle with Hayward, because I'm not good at this chase and tackle mini game here. I always feel like I make good plays on the ball and stuff like that happens. Brian Robinson just shrugs me aside like that. I mean, what are you supposed to do? I guess I could go for the hit stick or the cut stick or something like that. We'll try that now and see I do that and I just whiff. So that is why you always see your boy doing the trench battle mini game with Justin Hayward. Sentinels on a 2-game win streak, looking to make it 3 in a row here and go above 500 for the first time this season. Heading down to Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis to take on another 2-2 team in the Colts. So let's see if we can make it 3 in a row, guys. Without further ado, let's get down to Lucas Oil Stadium and get ready for the game. Going to be taking a look at the Sentinels defense. Been playing really good as of late, specifically last week against Dallas, as we only allowed 7 points. Now, In this Madden universe, we are going to get a look at Anthony Richardson. Obviously not playing in real life due to the shoulder injury, but we are going to have to deal with him today. Having a very workmanlike season, it would appear. Looks like old Richardson is bringing his brown bag and his lunch pail to the office with him every day, getting it done, and has his Colts sitting at 500. Now, when it comes to Richardson, obviously the first thing that sticks out to me is we're going to have to always be watching the read option, and of course watching that man there, Jonathan Taylor. He's able to pick up 4 as Chase Young brings him down. Jonathan Taylor if he has a week like that this week, I will be happy. We're going to send a little heat at Richardson, make him think about what he's doing back there. He's, of course, unproven so far in the league as he's only played a few games. Kendall Fuller was able to get the bat down there, and just like that, we got Indianapolis in a 3rd and 6 rather. So this is how we were able to make our living in that last game, getting the opposing team, the Cowboys, off the field on 3rd down, or 4th down rather, and we're able to do it again as Richardson chucks it out of bounds to Taylor, but only for a gain of 2. So defense looking to keep this hot streak rolling. Johnny Hecker going to boot the ball deep back to 93 speed demon Dudley Saxton. Haven't really seen him do too much in the kicking game, but in Dudley's defense, nobody really does anything in the kicking game in Madden. And here comes Mr. Dots himself, J.J. Ford, the superstar X Factor. He has his abilities equipped in the holster, ready to go, leading the league in passing yards at over 1,300. I would like to see him cut down on those 6 picks, but let's be honest, some of those are probably from me, probably because of me rather, but I don't think that they all are. So we'll come out single back here, see what can develop here. I don't really like anything downfield, and wow, that was almost a pick there to start this thing off, and that is definitely not what you want to be doing if you are sitting in my seat. I just said got to cut down on the picks, and already I'm taking gambles and throwing bad passes. So let's do something a little bit more safe. Check it down to Brian Robinson on the screen. He is able to pick up 4. So now we are in a 3rd and 6. So first Indy was in a 3rd and 6. Now we're in a 3rd and 6. And hopefully we can convert this one, obviously, and keep this drive going. Let's have Saxton go on a out route. I like the idea of that. Might have Samuel on this check down, maybe Terry McLaurin. It is Samuel, I think. Curtis Samuel, the Ohio State Buckeye, able to push ahead for the 1st down. And there is our guard, Damian Lewis. Don't want to see any of these offensive linemen go down because J.J. Ford is trying to stay clean back there in the pocket, I am sure. Let's go to Brian, or Dudley Saxton rather, out of inside zone. Dudley only going to pick up 2, and we got the ball now on the 48. 2nd and 8 now. I think we're going to send Terry deep. This is going to be a play fake here. Might have Jahan Dotson on the long extended wheel route, and check it down. What a terrible pass by Ford. In Ford's defense, I was rolling and throwing cross body. Damian Lewis going to come back luckily. But, Ford was kind of put in a less than desirable situation there as he had pressure coming off of the edge. And now it is 3rd and 8. So maybe McLaurin on the curl, which I actually kind of like that option. There's Terry sitting down on his route. Nice little curl route there. Ford starting out 3 of 5 for 24. And just like that, we got the ball into Indianapolis territory. We got our big 6'9" receiver, George Williams here. And part of me wants to audible, but I can't seem to do it fast enough. Yep, that was a bad decision by me. I'm just wasting clock here. I worked Williams into some formations. I should have just came with what I stuck. And now Brandon Scherf is injured. That was just a screwed up possession from start. Look, the cogs were turning in the old medulla oblongata here. I worked George Williams into some I-form sets pre-game, and he's 6'9", so I thought maybe we could have single coverage on the outside there. I couldn't audible it fast enough, and you guys see the result. There's George. George doesn't really have the best hands, I feel like, and Brandon Scherf is now done for the game. So that is not good to see. Terry is getting pressed. Might have Robinson on the out route as well. We're going to try Terry, and that is going to be an interception from J.J. Ford. That is Darius Rush, the corner. You guys know I'm a salute for press coverage, man. I am a salute for press coverage. I tried to pass lead that thing to the right. Darius Rush played really good defense. Ford adding another. I should have maybe touch past it, I guess. I thought I could lead him to the right. That didn't happen. And it's opening drive INT. Okay, so not one of my finer moments, I'll be the first to admit, but that's okay. Jonathan Taylor getting the carry, able to pick up 9 on that one. He's finally brought down before he could get to the second level. But we know how elusive and how much of a power runner Jonathan Taylor is. He can do it all. So I think that we may have to possibly switch our game plan focus here after halftime. It's going to be a quick check down to Michael Pittman, and Pittman fumbled it. Oh, Cam Curl. Cam Curl couldn't dive on the ball. All right, 1st and 10 after the failed fumble recovery here. Richardson going to check it down to Taylor in the backfield. Got a cut stick because Taylor is always so good on those juke moves there. Anthony Richardson starting out 3 of 11 or 3 of 4 for only 11 yards though. So he's not looking to target the ball downfield. And now he's coming out empty, so we have to be cognizant of the scramble. There is Josh Downs, 2-year pro now in this game, moving the chains. And the Colts got it into our territory. Little dime blitz, send Cody Barton on some heat here. That's going to be a give to Taylor, and he's wrapped down there by none other than the TFL king himself, Jonathan Allen, who set a record in this Madden universe last year, might I add, with 41 tackles for loss. That is right. A breaking J.J. Watt's previous record. And that's what Jonathan Allen, that's where he makes his bread and butter. So Richardson coming out bunch, shotgun to the right, and Cody Barton is there to meet Jonathan Taylor for a minimal gain. And now 3rd and long coming up for the Colts. Got to watch Pittman here. I got to have Khalil Mack out in coverage, which is never a good thing, but there's a sack by Montez Sweat. Was wondering if we were ever going to call his name again. Montez Sweat's role has definitely lessened this season with the addition of Khalil Mack. He plays a lot of D-tackle number 2 alongside of Jonathan Allen, and I also have him as the sub in all like the rush right end, rush left end packages. He comes screaming into the backfield and drops Richardson for the sack. And so far, it is a punt fest here in Lucas Oil Stadium. I know Terry's getting pressed again, and I know I shouldn't do it, but I'm not going to do it. We're just going to check it down to George Williams, the big 6'9" target. I'm looking Terry's way, man. Hey, if you want to show me press, I don't care if I have 7 interceptions in this game. I'm going to at least entertain the idea of targeting Terry McLaurin on single coverage. Doesn't mean it's always going to work, but hey, you never know until you try, and you guys know I like to do that. And there's DeForest Buckner, who was in the backfield instantly to drop us for a loss. 3rd and 4 here. Ball's on the 39. A minute to go until the end of the first. We're going to have Brian Robinson block for us. And, oh, God, I had Bart Burns. Wow, I made it so much tougher for him. Bart Burns does make an amazing catch, but I made it a lot tougher for Bart. If I would have hit him a split second sooner, the catch would have been a lot easier. But you know what? I'm not going to argue with it. A first down is a first down. That is obvious, and he's able to get it on that one. So now 1st and 10, 30 seconds to go until the end of the first. Ball is on the 43-yard line. Let's see who wants to get open. It's Bart again on the outside. Rookie from Texas A&M makes the catch, and that should take us to the end of the first. Couple of goose eggs on the scoreboard. Both teams' offenses are not playing that well, myself included, and we have an opportunity to change that right now as we are into Colts territory, but just got to make sure that we are smart with the ball here. Don't do anything dumb or foolish, which, hey, you got me behind the sticks. Dumb and foolish, definitely in my repertoire. We'll come out single back here. Going to be a boot again. Could have Dotson or McLaurin, depending. We're going to give Terry a shot. I need that Dots X Factor to be activated because I need all my passes to be accurate right now. Sure, this Indianapolis pass rush is going to be pinning their ears back and trying to get to us. So we're going to go screen pass. Oh, God. Yes, it really was. And Brian. Oh, nice pancake block there. Nice pancake block there on the outside by rookie center Will Devlin. I saw that one from a mile away. He just introduced a Colts member to the turf here at Lucas Oil Stadium, and I am here for it. It's like a regular IHOP going on over here. I want to see pancakes aplenty, and I also want to see Terry beat his man in press coverage. Can he do that? Oh, he did. He did. Terry, come on, catch that puppy. Overshot him a little bit. JJ Ford, since he got his X Factor, not really playing his best football. Still early. Got a chance to make something happen here. We'll come out single back. Gonna be a play action. Looking for Bart Burns, diving catch from Bart Burns. Look at that. We got to see that one on replay. We led that thing, had to lead it out far in front of Bart Burns, and he made a diving, acrobatic catch in the middle of multiple Colts defenders. You got to love to see that. Shaq Leonard was there, as well as some other ones as well. And Bart, I'm liking what I'm seeing from you, brother.
Well done.
All right, we'll come out pistol here. Going to be looking for Bart Burns, possibly. No, we're going to be sacked by DeForest Buckner. I had my eyes downfield the entire time there. Never accounted for the pass rush. I was trying to see if Curtis Samuel or somebody would get open on that play, which I think he actually was gonna, but, just can't hold the ball that long. So now it's a 3rd and goal here. Ball's on the 17. Terry, can you catch that? I don't even think the St. Louis Savior would have been able to hang on to that as we threw it into triple coverage. Kenny Moore was the first one there, and unfortunately, we're going to have to settle for a 30-some yard field goal here from Joey Sly, which is not desirable, but points are points. And so far, both teams' offenses looking kind of woeful in this one. But as long as our defense keeps playing the way that they did last week, I think we always have a shot. Defensive-minded game, which I like. I would rather be in a defensive slobber knocker, if you will, than a shootout any day of the week and twice on Sunday. So Anthony Richardson coming out with 3 wide receivers here. Jonathan Taylor is to his left. Pass rush getting there. Forced an errant throw by Richardson as he was targeting Josh Downs. But again, the pass rush was there. It was coming in hot and heavy, and it made Richardson throw inaccurate. So let's continue to do that. Please, Sentinels. Richardson now in the single back, so definitely got to be mindful of Taylor. Cam curl right there, but Marquez Valdes-Scantling catches it. But again, it's all short passes from Richardson. Not really targeting anything downfield. So we'll see if he continues to do that, or if it's just kind of what we have forced him into doing. And that's the pressure, man. It was Montez Sweat looking for his 2nd sack of the evening. And right now, the Colts are stagnant. Nobody's covering Bart Burns at all, and I really like him as the option here. We're going to go to him, and there's Bart. Yes, just had to float that over the head with the touch pass because he had nobody on him for 5 yards. Bart Burns having himself a game here so far in the first half. As I mentioned, he's been kind of like our one bright spot really on offense, and he is playing himself a very good game. Now, here's the thing, okay? We get the ball back after halftime. So if we could just punch this thing in, take most of the time off of the clock, go up 10-0 with a chance to double dip, I really like the sound of that. DeForest Buckner, we cannot run to his side of the field anymore. It stops now. Yeah, Buckner is just doing whatever the heck he wants to back there. And this is going to be kind of a long developing crossing play. So we definitely need some time. There's Curtis Samuel. Oh, Curtis, keep going. Curtis, run. Curtis, dive into the end zone. How about that? Curtis Samuel turning on the Jets, going upfield. I mean, we didn't really accomplish what I said as far as taking time off of the clock. But you're never going to argue with points as Curtis caught it. He had room to roam. Julian Blackman, the safety, could never catch up to us. Sentinels about to go up 10-0. See what Richardson does. He's had a tough day at the office here, to say the least. He's coming out shotgun with Taylor behind him. And there he's going to find the rookie tight end, Cody Urban, the rookie out of Clemson. That was the Colts' 4th-round pick in this previous draft. I remember kind of looking at him. Ultimately, I didn't think that he looked any better than Bart Burns, so obviously I decided to go with Burns, but I do remember Cody Urban, and we'll see if he ends up being a factor for the Colts. We had a chance to get Taylor there. Cody Barton couldn't make the tackle, and the 5-year pro from Wisconsin, the former Badger, picking up the first down. Pressure burst pipes here. We'll see if that is the case as we dial up a little 3-4 blitz here to Richardson, and we had a chance to get Taylor in the backfield. Justin Hayward, the rookie, and Jonathan Taylor just shook him out of his jockstrap. I think, yeah, I do see a jockstrap on the field. There is one there. And I believe that belongs to one Justin Hayward, as Jonathan Taylor just snapped his ankles. Richardson coming out with a bunch to his left in the shotgun, and going to be a little sweep, run, give, whatever you want to call it, to Jonathan Taylor. I call it a loss on the play from David Mayo, who again, or no, that's Cody Barton. Actually, I thought it said 51, which I think regardless, it was a nice tackle as Cody Barton shoves Jonathan Taylor away. We're sending pressure on 3rd and 8. Might not be the best decision, but I'm doing it regardless. And, nice catch there by Marquez Valdez-Scantling and Trey Turner. Now, Colts offensive lineman is injured, and this is easily the Colts' best drive of the game so far, albeit only their third, I want to say. We definitely control time of possession for sure, but the Colts are probably easily into field goal range now, so got to be careful. Hopefully we can falter their drive, and it's a pick from Kendall Fuller. It was a perfect time pick, but that was just a terrible, terrible pass from Richardson. MVS can't catch us. Jonathan Taylor finally does. That was nothing that I did. All I did was press triangle. That was just a bad pass from Richardson, as we're not going to get a replay. Yes, we are. You see, he was targeting Valdez-Scantling and just completely missed him wide left. And Kendall Fuller, who led our team in picks last season, is there to add the first one to his resume here in this one. I'm in no rush to punch this in. I mean, I'll take it, but right now I kind of want to kill some of the clock. And of course, as I say that, Ryan Robinson just punches it in. But how about the Sentinels, man? About to go up probably 17-0. Now, the Colts are, not that great of a team. They were 500 coming into this one, but I just can't believe our defense. Our defense has been easily the biggest blemish on our record so far, allowing the most yards last season in the league, the most points in the league last season, and even to start off this new campaign, we were allowing 40, 30 points a game. These last 2 weeks, man, our defensive coordinator must have lit a fire under those boys. Colts are semi-moving here to try to close out the half. They got 55 seconds left, and they got the ball to the 43. And that's going to be a again pass off the mark by Richardson. Richardson coming out empty. He's changing the play. We are not, though. We're going to come out in the same exact thing that we called. Chase Young trying to get some pressure back there in the backfield. He's going to check it down to Taylor. And then Shane Steichen will use his timeout. It's 3rd and 6 here, and there's a good chance if they don't get this, I mean, they'll have to punt, and we'll get the ball back, of course, which maybe there's time to do something, but it's Jonathan Taylor in open space. Colts are going to rush to the line, I am sure. And how about that? No, they're not. They're going to take their good old sweet time. No, they're going to call a timeout because Madden AI timeout logic sucks. I feel like that happens all the time. What do you guys think? I mean, you do, perfect example. We played so great in that first half, defense playing great, and now it's like, now stuff like that's happening. It's like the Madden AI just knows, like, all right, they only got a few seconds left here. We gotta make something happen. We can't allow the other team to be up big going into the half. I don't know. It could just be me being sucky, and Richardson is gonna find Josh Downs. So the Colts will not go into the locker room with a goose egg, but we're still up big. And we do get the ball back. So as long as we can keep playing smart and keep doing the things that we have been doing, I think we should be good. Opening play of the third is going to be a give to Brian Robinson out of the I formation. I changed my focus to run inside, and, well, Brian Robinson is going to be injured, which is not good to see. We have Dudley Saxton as our back number 2, and then we have Chris Rodriguez Jr. Stop me if you know that name. He's a 2-year pro out of Kentucky, so not a whole lot going on back there if Brian can't get back on the field. So really hope that he will. Let's put Dudley Saxton on a wheel, as he is going to be our feature back here for probably a good part of this one. There's Curtis Samuel on the little delayed drag, fighting forward and able to pick up the first. Just like that, we got the ball already very close to midfield. And Brian will return, so that is a relief. At some point or another, you know I'm going to be taking a shot to Terry. Is that now, though? That's the question. I don't necessarily think so, especially when we got Logan Thomas. Logan Thomas breaking a tackle with the nice juke move. Okay. Logan taking this all the way down to the 28. Logan Thomas, the veteran captain on this team from Virginia Tech, able to pick up 21. We know that he was so key for us last year, played an extremely big role in this team, and looking to still play a pretty significant role with the addition to Bart Burns. So here comes B-Rob trying to get some blockers up the middle. DeForest Buckner was trying to do a KFC chicken strip on me. Luckily, Brian Robinson was able to secure that ball. Come out single back, got Bart Burns and McLaurin both on corner routes. We'll try Terry's side. That's wide open. In the corner of the end zone, Terry McLaurin. The St. Louis Savior has been pretty quiet up until this point, but he is getting loud here in Lucas Oil as he spikes that football to the turf. Great drive coming out of the locker room. Colts just scored in the final minute and was looking to try to up the momentum, and we respond with a fine drive of our own to go back up by 3 scores. See what the first drive for the Colts will yield here after halftime. It's going to be a big hole from Jonathan Taylor. Don't want to get that guy going. Cam Curl ensures that it will not be more than a gain of 8. But the last thing we want, Richardson didn't really play too good in that first half. The last thing we want is for Jonathan Taylor to start getting it going, as we know he can do so easily. So let's try to ensure that that doesn't happen. Oh, wow, that was a great pass there. And it was hauled in by tight end Urban, the rookie again out of Clemson. That's Cody Urban, the 4th-round pick. Got to watch him. I think that he has the potential to be pretty good. He was wide open there. Richardson wasn't really the best pass as he made Urban climb the ladder for it. Keep wanting to say Keith Urban, country singer. No, it's not Keith Urban. It's Cody Urban, so got to watch that. But at any rate, that was a good pass there and a good completion. And then, almost sacked there by James Smith-Williams. Somehow Anthony Richardson got it away, because that could have been disastrous for Indy. This is kind of go-for-it territory, I think, if you're Shane Steichen, if you don't get this, because you definitely don't want to punt it in this situation. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know why I shifted the line that way. That was kind of foolish. Check down to Jonathan Taylor, but we're there to meet him, or are we? Wow, nice second effort there. Cody Barton ultimately does wrestle him down, but you got to figure they go for it in this situation, and they will. So engage 8, I don't think is the move, because if I do that and it's a pass, I feel like we're going to be screwed. So let's just try. Let's hope it's a run to Taylor and try to stop him. There's Justin Hayward. The rookie from Miami was the first one to meet him. Yes, Justin, flex on him. You got your first interception last week, and you screamed into the backfield, made initial contact on Taylor, and then Derek Forrest, who we just tried to re-sign, put on his janitorial cap and did the cleanup. But defense able to get the Colts off of the field on a big 3rd down. You love to see it. Now let's just go ahead and score and put a nightcap on this puppy and call it a day. Oh my God, throw it away, JJ. I was waiting for Terry to get open on that little zig route, but it was too long developing of a play. I think screen pass to Dudley Saxton sounds good in this situation. Let's hope that it is a good call. Need one blocker. There it is, Dudley. Cutting back to the outside. Ford now goes over 200. 2 touchdowns, of course, that 1 interception. And now we find ourselves in a 3rd and 4. So what do you do here? Well, I can tell you what I want to do is pick it up. So that's what we're going to try to do. Obviously, that is what you want to do in these situations. So let's see who can get open and who can win on a route. How about Big George Williams, the 6'9", the secret weapon? Remember that game he had earlier as he just got teabagged there. By a Colts player, but remember that game that George Williams had earlier when Curtis Samuel went down with the injury? He had like 100 and I don't even know what it was, 150, 160. Been a little bit quiet since then, but came up clutch on that one, and we needed to pick that one up as well. There's Bart Burns, who continues to have a fine afternoon, picking up 9. See if Brian can pick this up out of the eye. I did run it inside our game plan. Oh, and Brian's still going. Thought he was going to be stopped in the backfield, but he had just enough of a crease. And after that slow start, Brian is now up to averaging 4.6 yards per carry. So now it's 2nd and 12 here. We are going to look for Bart Burns again, our big tight end, and he's in for the score. Bart Burns, welcome to the NFL, having himself a breakout game in this one. JJ Ford, the newly acquired X Factor. I'm waiting to see him in the zone. I guess you got to complete 5 straight passes of 5 or more yards. So that's kind of tough to do, but I feel like we got to be pretty close. And Bart Burns was pretty close to not making it into the end zone, but that last final ditch effort was able to get him in. I feel like it is worth noting that nothing has changed with the sliders. It's still on all Madden. Haven't changed anything. We're just finally playing a good stretch of football, which I gotta be honest, starting the season 0-2, I was a little skeptical. I'm thinking to myself, like, man, it's gonna be a long season here, but we're starting to figure it out. Game not over, but it is 31-7, so you gotta feel like, well, as I say that, Jonathan Taylor trying to change it. Remember, one play can change anything here in the NFL. All it takes is a little spark, get this crowd here in Lucas Oil Stadium back into it. Then I start making mistakes. We've seen this song and dance so many times in the past, so hopefully that's not going to be the case today, as that's a nice catch there by Pittman. Emmanuel Forbes was there, looking to get his 7th interception of the season, to no avail on that one. All right, 2nd and 8 here. It's almost 4th quarter time, and there is Marquez Valdes-Scantling, who he had a rough one. He had a rough one last night on Monday Night Football against the Eagles, dropping that potential game-winning pass. And if he don't be careful, he could find himself on another team in real life, just like he's on another team here in Madden. It's the 4th quarter. We got 10 minutes to go until our 3rd straight victory, and a team that is over 500. So I think that our boys are up for the task. We just got to put together 10 minutes of good football. That was a dangerous pass there. He finds Cody Urban, but that one could have easily been picked. All right, we'll see what Richardson does here. He's starting to put it together, finding Valdes-Scantling. He's got to be their leading receiver, I would think. He picks up 6 on that one, 4 receptions, but only for 28 yards, which is very un-MVS-like, as his role in the NFL is a deep threat. You don't really see him coming underneath on routes and getting open in that type of regards, but that's kind of what he's been used as today, as that possible suspect pass interference from Diamador Lenore. Yeah, I'll take it. All right, 3rd down here, 3rd and 4. What do the Sens have in store? Knocking on the door, and Josh Downs, you're a whore. Yeah, that was some bars right there, and I mean it too. Josh Downs, you're a whore for that one, okay? Fake Josh Downs, obviously, not real life Josh Downs, who I actually really like. Really good up-and-coming player. Going to be a stud in the NFL, I presume. Richardson going to find Pittman, who's running the wrong way, and getting stopped there by Forbes and Cody Barton. The Colts are on the 2-yard line, so this is easily their best drive of the game. They're coming out 0 wide receivers, so you know I'm going 60 out jacks blitz, be a fullback dive or something like that. No, but Cody Barton stopping Jonathan Taylor. That's going to make it 3rd and 4. Well, 3rd and goal from the 4, rather. All right, we're sending the house here. Let's see if the pressure gets home. Hoping that it is, but I feel like the Colts are definitely going to score on this play, which, it's an errant pass from Richardson. And, I mean, they got to go for the touchdown, right? Field goal does them nothing on this one, as I am not surprised that this is going to be a 4th and goal attempt. I mean, yeah, you're too late in the game, and you're down by too much to really worry about kicking field goals. I mean, even a touchdown, it's going to make it very hard for you, and that's a diving catch on the slant for Michael Pittman, and Indy does chisel away at this lead slightly. Got an inverted score here, 31-13, as the Colts went for 2, and it was actually, oddly enough, picked off by Emmanuel Forbes in the end zone, which will not count as a pick, but it was still nice to see. It was nice to see him get in there and make an impact. So we got about 7 minutes to go here. Our main goal, I mean, a score here and it's done, obviously, but I really want to just kind of chew some of this clock and actually not run it towards DeForest Buckner. I think that's really a good idea, and somehow Buckner still got in there, even though I made it a point to not run it his way. Now, here's the thing. I haven't called PA cross out of single back X bunch nasty yet this game, and we can't be too conservative here. We don't want to go 3 and out and just give it back to the Colts with tons of time. And I have not called this Scout's honor so far in this game, so I think it's a good time to do it. I need some protection, and of course, there's Samuel. That's what he does, baby. The PA cross is so overpowered. Look, if you're struggling with Madden and you're not having a great time and it's tough for you to move the ball, PA cross out of single back X bunch nasty. That's all I'm saying. There's a reason why I limit myself. There is a once per game limit on this play. And Scout's honor, I only call it once per game. That play is very good, and circle almost always gets open on the crossing route, and that was the perfect time to call it, because that could just be the icing on the cake. That is going to be a Sentinels, hopefully, 3rd straight victory. So, Brian, let's just put it in your capable hands. Needed about one more block there. Andrew Van Ginkel gets us, and Brian not really having a very good day today. This drive has been literally all runs from Brian Robinson and Dudley Saxton, and we got it all the way down to 11, and we are approaching the 2-minute warning. So I can probably easily say good game, Sentinels. And the Colts only at 13 yards now, or 13 yards. That would be, first of all, incredible and highly improbable unless you're the Cleveland Browns defense playing the San Francisco 49ers this year. But I don't quite know what's changed, but there is something brewing here in St. Louis. You just get the feeling that we're going to go on a run. And especially if we have a defense. You guys know I have no problem scoring points. That has never been an issue ever. But our defense has been extremely suspect. But if we're allowing 13 points, I mean, we might have something here, guys, as Brian is actually going to get pushed in. Oh, I think the Colts actually pushed him in. And Brian again, close to the century mark. That last drive, I know. And what the heck is J.J. Ford doing? My man was spinning like a daggum top out there. He was glitching out of reality. Might end up in the back rooms if he's not careful. But that is going to effectively do it. I really hope that the Colts don't, have some massive 2-minute drive here. I want our defensive stats to look good, because right now we're last place in the league in yards. But you got to figure after last week and this week, I don't know if that will be the case for too much longer. Oh, and it's a pick from Emmanuel Forbes. You got to be kidding me. Oh, no, I'm housing this baby if you give me the chance. Oh, wow. Emmanuel Forbes had to get one in there with 16 seconds left to go. 7 interceptions from Forbes. He is gunning for Defensive Player of the Year. And what a way to put an exclamation point on this thing, as our defense is the reason why we're here. And we end on a big defensive interception. Not that there is a such thing as an offensive interception, but nonetheless, 38-13. Let's hear it for your St. Louis Sentinels. We are playing a stretch of football here, ladies and gentlemen. And in the NFC East, it looks to be a highly competitive division again. We are trying to assert our dominance and make our mark and make the playoffs, as we were shunned and just barely missed it last season. So we'll take a look at the stats here. Richardson never got it going until the very end, so that 270 is very deceiving, but 2 interceptions. And J.J. Ford was pretty accurate, had almost 300, and even though he had that one pick, it was a good touchdown-interception ratio. Brian Robinson doing what he does pretty much all season. Jonathan Taylor, we did limit him, and Dudley Saxton kind of got involved in there as well. We didn't really have actually we had 2 receivers who almost got to 100. Bart Burns, clap it up for my man. 6 receptions, 99 yards, and a touchdown. Samuel, 96 and a touchdown. And then McLaurin had a touchdown, but only 29 yards. So Terry was not featured too highly in this one. And then, of course, we have the picks from Forbes, and Kendall Fuller also got 1 sack in there too from Montez Sweat. So we go 3 victories in a row here after starting the season 0-2. And the last 2 games, it has been full credit to the defense. Offense is playing good still, don't get me wrong, but the defense is just playing lights freaking out. We got some much deserved upgrades here. Justin Hayward gonna get the first one, and we will go ahead and do field general for him. That should get him up an overall, and it should also make him a scheme fit, which it does both. And Justin Hayward is going to get +3 to block shedding. I like that, even though he's more of an off-ball linebacker, but still his true position is outside linebacker or edge rusher, but we had to move him, into the middle due to injury. Will Devlin, who had an amazing Denny's pancake special in this game, gets an upgrade. He is our rookie center, and I don't think that his dev trait is going to be revealed yet, but it should be close. Yeah, 384 out of 500. I mean, let's be honest, it's star. It's almost always star for offensive linemen, but maybe we have that one in like 50 chance of getting a superstar development offensive lineman, which would be great. And then Derek Forrest gets an upgrade too, who we are going to be in a contract war with, it looks like, for the remainder of this season. Now, we got an injury. It's going to be Brandon Scherf. We'll see how long he's going to be out for. 4 weeks. That sucks. But Scherf is not coming back next year. There's no way. So maybe, he can just go ahead and take some rest and get himself ready for a new team next season, because I can almost guarantee you he's not going to be a St. Louis Sentinel. But that was a great game. A total of 20 points allowed in the previous 2 weeks from what the critics are saying is the worst defense in the league. So critics, you could take that and shove it up your... That's going to do it for me tonight, guys. As always, I appreciate you stopping by. I will catch you on the next one. Until then, peace.